Hi everyone, thanks for your listening. My name is Joshua. Today, we will learn one of our products, MGate 5105-MB EIP. The product is a gateway between EIP and Modbus protocol. It is the course description and objectives. In the course, I will focus on the product MGate 5105. And after that, we hope you will be able to know the application of MGate 5105, how to configure it, and how to do troubleshooting. It is the course outline, which was divided into 3 parts. We will start from introducing MGate 5105. Then, we will talk about how to configure and how to do troubleshooting. And the last, we will recap on the points of the course. Alright, I'm going to share with you the product of MGate 5105. But before starting, you have to attend Modbus and EIP Essential course. If you haven't attended the courses, we suggest you have the course in advance, or you will confuse in the following slides. Okay, are you ready for the course? Let's start from the product view of MGate 5105. This is the product view of MGate 5105. There are 3 major interfaces. The first one is the RJ45 port. It is the Ethernet port, which will run Modbus TCP protocol and EIP protocol. The second one is RS-232 console, where the user can use the terminal program to log into MGate 5105 and configure the basic settings. The third one is the Modbus RTU or ASCII DB9 female port. It is to connect to Modbus devices. We know the product can support 3 protocols. So, how many conventions that the product can do? There are 3 kinds of conventions. There are EIP to Modbus RTU or ASCII, EIP to Modbus TCP, and Modbus RTU or ASCII to Modbus TCP. Besides, no matter which protocol is, the role can be master or slave, and scanner or adapter. Obviously, it is a powerful product which can apply lots of applications. Although there are lots of solutions for the product, but the most common usage is Ethernet IP to Modbus RTU and ASCII. So, in the following slides, we will take the common usage as an example. For MGate 5105, it was designed for a network with the Ethernet IP scanner device at the control room and a Modbus slave device at the remote site. An EIP device can, via MGate 5105, read or write data from or to the Modbus slave. To help the user configure MGate 5105, it will auto-mapping the I/O as a default setting for configuring the EIP side of MGate 5105 as a Ethernet IP adapter, and Modbus side as a Modbus master. When we use MGate 5105, it has roles at each side, and each side is independent. We give you a scratch map in the page. Gateway has a memory, which is I/O data table. In order to easily configure, the I/O will be auto-mapping after setting. Besides, you also can see there are request and response commands at both sides. The behavior is active polling, and it will get response to refresh data table at gateway memory. As we know, Ethernet IP is a time-critical protocol, so one of the benefits of memory mapping is to speed data exchange. The MGate 5105 provides users with an easy way to backup or copy configuration file. The MGate are equipment with a microSD card slot. User can plug in a microSD card to back up data, including the system configuration setting. First time using the MGate gateway with the new microSD card, the first step is to format the microSD card as a FAT file system through PC. The second step, power off the MGate and insert the microSD card, and you should ensure that microSD card is empty. The last step, power on the MGate, and the default setting will be copied to microSD card. And first time using the MGate with microSD card containing a configuration file, you just need to power off the MGate and insert the microSD card, then power on MGate, and the configuration files will store in the microSD card, and it will automatically copy to MGate. Now, let's start from the second part, how to configure MGate 5105. We will introduce it with three topics. The first one, the network topology of the example we configure in the slide. The second, some new features of MGate Manager. The third, the detailed settings of MGate 5105. Here, we give you a sketch map. At Ethernet IP side, there is a PLC as a EIP scanner, and it will connect to MGate 5105, which will be Ethernet IP adapter. At Modbus side, AB inverter as a Modbus slave, and it will connect to MGate, which will be Modbus master at that side. This is the new interface for MGate Manager. It supports MGate 5105 from version 1.8. The upper device list is used to show what device is detected. You can select the MGate you want to configure, but you need a password. The default password is MOXA, M-O-X-A. Then you can start configuring MGate. When we configure MGate, we will follow these steps. We will start from basic settings, network settings, serial settings, and MB protocol settings. For the basic settings, you can configure the information of MGate, including name and location. You also can set the time for MGate 5105. For network part, it is related to IP address, net mask, and gateway. For serial port, you can configure serial parameters of the port, including baud rate, data format, FIFO, and serial interfaces. Here, you should listen in more careful because it is one of the key points of the sections. We are going to teach you how to configure the protocol settings. For the settings, the first step is to select the protocol. There are three protocols you can choose: Ethernet IP to Modbus RTU or ASCII, Ethernet IP to Modbus TCP, and Modbus RTU or ASCII to Modbus TCP. For now, we give you an example of Ethernet IP to Modbus protocol convention. We need to configure the Ethernet IP and Modbus protocol. For Ethernet IP mode selection, there are two modes, adapter and scanner. Here, we suppose MGate as an Ethernet IP adapter. For adapter settings, I/O data size configuration could be automatic and user device. In most cases, automatic will be more easier. In the page, it's just to show you also can use user-defined to set the I/O data size settings. For Modbus settings, you have to set the role for the MGate. Here, we suppose MGate is RTU master that can be configured under mode selections. For Modbus master mode, you need to add a write or read command, which will send to Modbus slave. How to configure these commands? It depends on user's communication behavior. Well, above all is a brief introduction for the settings. If you want to realize further, you can get to MGate 5105 for practice. It will help you a lot. The last section is talking about the troubleshooting when you face problems. Actually, we provide an easy way to collect information and analysis. You can enter the web console of MGate. There are two tools that can help you to do troubleshooting: communication analysis and protocol status. You can use the tool by following the page. For communication analysis, you can check the port you would like to analyze, then press Start icon. Wait for a few seconds. It will show result on the screen. There are two results, OK and fail. In normal case, it shows OK, just like the page. But if the communication is abnormal, it will show fail and give you a reason and hint. You can follow the hint and try to adjust the settings to solve the problem. It's quite useful, isn't it? Under protocol status, there is I/O data view. You can see if the value is correct for data exchange. Besides, user also can check the Ethernet IP connection information of the MGate. In the page, this is Modbus connection information, which is the Modbus diagnosis result. This is my last slide. Let me just recap on the points of the course. The first, MGate 5105-MB EIP is a gateway between Modbus and Ethernet IP protocol. Second, provide user with an easy way to backup or copy configuration file by microSD. Third, learn how to configure MGate with different protocols. The last one, when troubleshooting, you can use configuration analysis to analyze it further. Thanks for your listening. Kindly remind you that we have an exam to know how much you have learned. Thank you.